Hi, my name is Seth Watson, and I want to tell you about the church and congregation that I've had the privilege of pastoring the last 5.5 years. And I think for you to understand, you need to know a little bit about our history and about the geography of our area. Fairmont is a hidden gem nestled along the southern edge of Minnesota. To many, it may be a stop for gas on a long road trip along Interstate 90. But to those of us who call it home, it is much, much more. It was settled by Swedish immigrants in the 1880s who came to farm, raise livestock, and make a life here. They were people who saw not only the natural beauty, but the potential of the land. They were people whose relationships ran deep and who banded together to help raise barns, plant and harvest crops, and support each other. And they spoke Swedish. They learned how to survive deadly cold winters. They understood the natural rhythms of planting, growing, harvest, and rest for the soil in winter. Some of them founded the Swedish Free Mission Church in 1899, which would become Bethel Evangelical Free Church today. As the church outgrew its first location on the north side of downtown, it moved an old church building from the country into town as its new home. But within a dozen years, the church had grown again and needed to expand. Today, the current building is comprised of 3 phases, built in the 1960s, the 1980s, and the 1990s. While the location, and often the pastors, have changed through the years, Bethel has remained a multi-generational church focused on reaching into our community with the love of Jesus. Today, that church has become a regional church, serving people from 4 counties in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. We worship in 2 identical worship services at 8:30 and 11 a.m. with an education hour we call Connections in between. During Connections, 8 adult classes, children's Sunday school, and youth Sunday school all meet. During the week, we have adult studies and a vibrant children's and youth ministry on Wednesday evenings. Our nursery is often full of children whom we have the joy of dedicating on a regular basis. Members and attenders of Bethel serve in influential places all throughout our community. In the public schools, at the Mayo Clinic next door, as managers and directors and owners of businesses, as farmers who employ dozens of people in our area, on our city council, and even in the Minnesota House of Representatives. As the population in rural America has decreased, the Spanish-speaking population has increased, and Bethel has a growing and vibrant Spanish ministry congregation called El Camino, which meets at 11 o'clock in our building. As churches in rural America close or struggle to stay open, Bethel is on the verge of launching its Medelia campus as an independent new church in the very near future. We sense that the Lord is at work at Bethel. Like those early settlers who understood the need for renewal of the land, Bethel understands the need for renewal for pastors and ministry leaders. In 2023, we sent our long-term worship director on renewal leave for the summer. When she returned, we've seen a growth in both the capability and the involvement in our worship ministry. Our elders and leaders are excited to have me go on renewal leave, to be refreshed and renewed. We are excited together for what the Lord will do in renewing our congregation and relationships with one another and in our community. And together, we look forward to seeing what the Lord is going to continue doing in our church.